something very similar. Like, Kaylin is joining the two sides of her magic, and Richard just had to use the opposite side of his magic also.
Yeah, and something he's been doing throughout this book is turning the blade white.
Yeah.
So he's controlling both sides of his magic.
Yeah. I don't really have another point. Just like, hey, that's neat.
Well, it's a similarity they both have.
Yeah.
Which must mean it's part of a greater lesson that we're supposed to pick up on.
The bigger picture.
There's two sides. We'll get it. We'll get it.
We'll get there. Kaylin's broken arm just like flaps to her side, and she points at Zed, and then he's thrown back, and the web that he's been held in is broken. And he runs over and unties Chase from his binds.
So at this point, Kaylin starts caressing the light around her. She's got to look like she's tripping at this point. I mean, she has the glowing around her, so we know she's not just on drugs. There's something else happening. But that's kind of how I picture her, almost in another world, kind of.
Well, it's funny because it talks about Demon and his men like just watching her do this, because I think it would be it's emotional. It's a lot because she's thinking about Richard and her memories of him. But then when you think about it in like the context of these guys just watching her like, ooh, in the light, it's weird.
Well, in the back of their heads, they got to be thinking, oh, we're fucked now, because they were about to do a really, really bad thing. Obviously, they were going to rape her. And then she screamed and had thunder and lightning, and it was night for a little while, and then she's calm. So I would be worried.
Yeah.
Like, really worried.
Yeah. This whole thing is weird, and we should probably go.
Yeah.
Zed tells Chase that she is in the Blood Rage, the Kandar. This is the thing that we have not known about since the beginning. That is the other side.
Right. And he downloads some facts to Chase just to kind of get him up to speed, but like to get us, the readers, up to speed. Zed says she's not supposed to be able to do this because that's something a mom would teach a daughter, and her mom died before she was old enough to learn this magic. So this isn't something that she's done before, and she doesn't know what she's doing.
She's just pulling it out of herself somehow.
Right. It's just happening. And when it happens, you have to invoke this Kandar for something.
Yeah, you can't do it on your own behalf.
Right. It's just like Richard turning the blade white.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just to like save my own life. You're forgiving somebody, but you still have to kill them. You have to use the love to turn it white. And so for Kaylin, this isn't just confessing somebody else. This is rage on behalf of somebody.
Like vengeance
right.
for his murder.
Being able to do that. Right, exactly. Now, the other thing he says is that confessors don't usually survive this. They give themselves over to it. They just fully throw themselves in order to get the revenge that they need to like satisfy this blood rage.
Yeah.
Because that's what it sounds like. It's she's out for blood.
Yeah.
She won't stop until she gets it. And if she doesn't get the satisfaction of the kill or the whatever it is she's trying to do, it doesn't stop.
And yeah, nobody can stop her. That's when Zed's like, we're in trouble, bud.
Yeah.
She's pissed. You need to just stay back here with me and stay out of her way, okay?
Right.
If she talks to you, you look at the ground and do what the fuck she says, okay?
Yeah.
She is going to go touch Darkenrahl at this point. And Chase is a little bit confused. He's like, I thought that wasn't going to work on him. You told me that. And Zed's like, that was before. I don't know if this is going to work on him.
You see the glowy stuff, right?
Yeah, this is different.
Also, are you going to tell her no right now?
Yeah, don't. Okay. But also, it doesn't matter because she's going to try either way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reasoning with her right now.
I mean, she really has nothing else to lose.
No, her only thing that she wanted was Richard. And short of him surviving, there's nothing left for her.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. Here we go.
Yeah. Strap in.
I mean, she would be a sight to behold, too.
Yeah.
Naked, bleeding, and with that just blank face.
Yeah.
Just forging a path of destruction to Darken Rahl.
Yeah, because after she gets over, like, thinking about Richard for a minute, she grieves him for a minute, and then it's just done. It's like, this is business time, bitches. She lifts her hand towards one of the two men that were holding her. The other one has since taken off. And she confesses him from 12 feet away, and then is like, just die. That's what I want from you.
Yeah, they talked about that earlier in the book. That has happened before. She didn't mean to do it.
Right.
But she knows that it's a thing she can do. Now, confessing somebody from 12 feet away
was not something she could do.
No. So now she doesn't even have to make contact, and she's fully aware that she can be like, you die. So she could literally just be like, you die. You die. You die. You two over there.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.
Right.
Fuck you.
She could just get all of them. Bang, bang, bang. You're done.
Demon isn't picking up on the shift in power and smiles at her because he figures she's used up her power once, and he's got protection from Darky, so he's gonna be safe. He grabs her by the hair and tells her to bend over.
Yeah, he figures he knows the rules. He knows how all of this stuff works. She's already used her power. He's safe. Now he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. And he doesn't care about his other guys dying because he's going to get what he wants.
Yeah. And then thunder without sound. And he's calling her mistress.
Gotcha.
I would feel very, like, satisfied, but also a little bit not, because now he's a totally different person, right?
Right.
And there's not a split second where he gets to realize how bad he fucked up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't really get to see him learning his lesson.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get to see him going, oh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, I think maybe that's part of the point. He doesn't get that because of what he was doing.
And I guess she makes up for it here in a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's why we've been drinking as much as we have. These are definitely not just our second beers, I assure you. We had a couple before recording. But yeah, no, he gets what's coming to him.
But Chase is mystified, to say the least, at what's happening. Again, he's like, I thought this didn't work like this. So it's like, dude, Kandar, normal rules do not apply.
No, weren't you listening? Didn't you see her floating?
She's pissed. We're fucked. Shh.
Yeah, pretty much. So at this point, Kaylin has Demon under her control. She tells him to just sit and wait, and she knows that he's going to do it. She turns around and has Zed fix up her arm, and he's doing it as gently as he can, and he's feeling her pain with her, because that's how you heal with magic. Like, take the hurt into you, kind of. You share a thing together while that happens.
Yeah, but he's feeling like all of her, like her emotional pain also at the same time. 'Cause that's just how it works.
Yes. Healing with magic from the inside has got to be like healing from the inside out.
Yeah.
You know, because you're in there with your magic. So, yeah, you could feel her emotion and her physical pain.
But yeah, she demanded this of him. She didn't come over and like, hey, Zed, could you maybe? She was like, hey, like, do it. I need this thing, this tool. Can you please fix it so I can do a thing with it?
Yeah, and I'm sure he didn't hesitate either.
No.
He was like, okay, hop to. Yep, gotcha.
Once he finished, he let her go, and she thanked him, and then was like, hey, wait here. I'm gonna go show you something.
The last time you told somebody to wait, it was probably the last thing that person was ever told to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and wait right here. Sure, come get me when you need me.
So once she gets back over to Demon, she takes his knife, and she picks up the battle mace. She tells him to take off his pants and kneel. So Chase at this point starts freaking out a little bit. He's like, hey. Zed, we gotta stop her. She's gonna do some crazy shit. And we need to ask this guy some questions, okay?
Yeah. And Zed is like, nope, we're not getting in the way of this, dude.
No.
No fucking way.
Are you watching the same thing I'm watching?
Yeah. You have to be paying attention. If you've watched any of this, you know I'm the first wizard, bro. I'm not going to get in the way of this. You should not be either.
Do you see me eating my popcorn?
Yeah. Look, this is her right now. This ain't us, okay?
You should just share some of my popcorn and shut the fuck up. Kaylin makes nasty Nas, whatever. Kaylin makes Demon hold the mace, and she bends down and grabs him between his legs. And then she tells him not to move, which I'm sure is vulnerable position for most people.
Yeah, well, it's easy to do, too, when somebody has you by the balls. Don't worry, I am not going to. You have my full attention.
She asks him how many boys he's killed after he's molested them. Not even how many boys he's molested, but how many he's killed.
Right.
And he says most of them live. So the number that we hear here in a second is a smaller of the two numbers, being just molested and killed.
Right. He doesn't really give a ratio, like I kill 1 in 5.
Right.
But the number that he gives is still high enough to be like, I mean, death penalty for sure.
Like
you
a
know?
lot.
Yeah, like a lot. And these are just the ones who die. So like Jade is saying, this is just a small fraction of the number of boys that Demon has had interactions with.
Yeah, that he has fucked their lives forever.
Yes.
And that number's more than 80, but less than 120. And that is a crazy number. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into serial killers, but like, there's a very few serial killers who get up like to high numbers.
Teens, 20s, right.
Yeah, like serial killers are bad, but like a lot of them don't kill that many. The famous ones that you've heard about don't even kill that many people.
Many under 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of fucking people who are dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And like what we were saying, suppose it's 1 in 5. Then we're talking about 500, 600 boys.
Yeah, they're out there that he like fondled.
Yeah. Minus the 80 to 120 that he killed after he did so.
And life is better than death most of the time, but who knows what he did.
Right. And I mean, Kaylin right now could ask him, but now's not the time for that. Nope. Now time is up for Demon. So Kaylin tells him that she's going to cut his giblets off. I love the wording. And she wants him to not make a sound while she does it. Also, he's going to look her in her eyes.
She has the world in her hands right now.
Yeah. I stand corrected from before. Now, you have my full attention. Oh my God. I mean, he's totally willing to do it because he's confessed. But you could imagine, had he not been, this would have been impossible. Nobody could do that. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way is hard. Like, even just not making a move or a sound and just looking in somebody's eyes, like, that's rough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is a very tense thing, and I have to just, like, keep giggling.
No, I mean, it's a lot, like we were saying. So then the knife jerks up, and he doesn't move. Oh. Thank you for the sound effects, Jade. And she drops the bloody sack into Demon's hand. And, like, I'm shook already. Already, it's bad. And then she tells him, eat him. And it gets so much worse. At this point, Zed is decidedly not going to interfere. Okay? But Chase is watching this and already wanted to interfere, and it's going to a level way beyond where he would have interfered. He's got to be horrified right now. Like, oh my God. This is Richard's new girl? Don't fuck with her, man.
Yeah, don't piss her off.